Aquaman is a good movie that shouldn't be part of the DCEU. In his own bubble, Aquaman is a star, but with the Justice League he's a lackey forced to make idle chit-chat with a Jesus wannabe and a billionaire tool. James Wan's Aquaman is an exhilarating epic that makes the King of Atlantis the rugged hunk deluded man see when posing in front of the mirror. Some critics have complained that the performances are overshadowed by the CGI, but the masterful direction, the relentless action, and the undeniable chemistry between Jason Momoa and Amber Heard makes Aquaman DC's best superhero film since The Dark Knight Rises. However, while it's an excellent flick that transforms DC Comics' biggest laughingstock from zero to hero, it also shows why the DCEU is a mess that shouldn't exist. The biggest gripe certain critics have with Aquaman is that there's one too many explosions and that there's too much CGI. While all this is admittedly true, James Wan's flick works compared to Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and any Michael Bay picture because at the core is two dreamy protagonists that are insanely likable. Jason Momoa is the coolest superhero on the planet with his long locks, no-nonsense attitude, and blatant disregard for shirts. Meanwhile Amber Heard is a smart, powerful and commanding lass who appears to be Black Widow's doppelganger. Detractors may have been blinded by the CGI, explosions, and whiny villain who remarkably announces himself as Ocean Master without laughing, but the chemistry between Momoa and Heard makes the spectacle actually matter. The only issue is that they're so good together you don't want to see them forcing small talk with Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and the rest of the losers associated with the Justice League. You just want to see them stay in their own bubble so they don't have to play second fiddle to Op Jesus and the always growling Dark Knight. Along with the leading duo being perfect specimens you wouldn't mind going on a double date with, Aquaman is the DCEU's best film because it feels like a flick that doesn't care that it has to make sense in a convoluted universe of crap. If you were fortunately spared from having to see the Justice League trying to be the Avengers, you won't have missed anything in Aquaman as James Wan does an excellent job at establishing the characters and world. And if you somehow didn't know that the King of Atlantis was part of a botched cinematic universe that needs to exist because money, then you also wouldn't have missed anything as the film isn't concerned with setting up sequels or crossovers. It's a standalone flick where Superman, Batman and Wonder Woman don't exist. Aquaman is DC Comics' best movie since The Dark Knight Rises. The action is exhilarating, Atlantis is a beautiful landscape, and Jason Momoa and Amber Heard are the heart that keeps it beating. However, while it's an incredibly enjoyable flick for snobs to scoff at, it shows that the DCEU is a mess that Warner Brothers should forget about. In his own bubble Aquaman is a captivating star, but with the Justice League he's a cheesy lackey who can't be cool because he's forced to make idle chit-chat with a Jesus wannabe and a billionaire who is embarrassing when teamed with gods. Aquaman should just be left on his own so his adventures can continue being standalone flicks that aren't concerned with setting up sequels or crossovers, just like Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy.